his most played, was his most played for summer. They are going to lock it in, and that is going to put a lot of pressure on Eddie to be the carry. That is the damage source.
Favorable matchup in the early stages.
Histo skipping a Scuttlecraft for a gank in the mid lane. Jojo's going to have to flash away from the Justice Punch. Histo just has a little bit of a drive-by, autos one of the minions. Elioya leaving the bot side Scuttlecraft to go and try and fight towards the top side. Alvaro trading in here with the Unbreakable. There's the stun onto Taki. Taki pops the heal afterwards though, and Super's down to half HP. Concussive Blow's almost procced as Histo dives in. Elioya looking for the trade onto him. Chomp, chomp, chomp goes the Trundle. Dyer stepping forward down to 200. Gets the taunt, but gets smacked across the head with a club. Histo almost escapes, but the red's enough for Elioya. A double for the troll.
Oh, Elioya, that pillar was beautiful. He pillared the Justice Punch there. Okay, Trundle doesn't have like crazy mechanics, but that was a really good Trundle play right there.
He does have one mechanic that's going well, but Taki the bottom side now.
Has to away the Gatling gun though, hitting him in the bush, and Super gets the third on the board for MKOI.
It's going off for MKOI across the map.
As MKOI will start up the Drake. It's a little bit of a move from Dyer. Histo is on his way across as well. Taki looking for the engage here as the Arc of Judgment comes out from Eddie for a little bit of a slurkle. Hero's entrance onto the back line. Elioya doesn't have flash and he's alone in the back of the pit. The exhaust on Dyer is enough though. Shockwave coming out is going to catch up to Taki. Elioya already down as they look for a bit more of a trade, but Alvaro is now stuck by himself in the pit. Another slurkle, a flash from Eddie. It's going to be 2 for the Whales.
The best part about Team Secret Whales, they do not sit on losses. They will fight their way out, and they're still fighting.
Super in the shop instead of watching his screen as Histo collapses on him, stops his reset, but Super underneath the tower here should be able to go away. Histo looking for the flag and drag. He gets him, he gets the shield, and he gets out. Beautiful from Team Secret Whales.
That was so
willing to go for more of the fight, even without his Cataclysm.
Yeah, ward's over, gets a confirmation of the vision, EQs in, nobody punishes, and looks like he gets out of grubs as well with 2 of them in tow, so they get the objective credit. In addition, they were the first ones
for
to
MKOI if they're able to secure that. I was saying the saying in the Vietnamese community about Team Secret Whales is Alvaro looks for Taki here. As Taki flashes in immediately for the engage, Histo is coming around the corner looking for the follow-up. Super locked up, there's the Cataclysm. Lock him in the cage, it's 1, they're looking for 2. Alvaro has no escape, and Eddie is shredding MKOI.
Taki and Histo fight. And this means you're going to start to put pressure on towards turret plates, and these observers feel like they're toying with us. I think Histo's here.
Histo going in with a flag and drag once again. Glacial Fisher out from Alvaro, stands beside his teammate while the public execution goes down in the top side. Alvaro's going to fall. Mirwin look for the damage onto Pun because Elioya's in the area. Does have that subjugate. They're waiting for the wave to crash in here. Secret Whales can be 10,000 gold behind and somehow still find a win. And they can be 10,000 gold ahead and somehow still find a loss as Pun is caught out here with the shockwave. Should be able to walk away from Jojo Pun. No real follow-up from the rest of the team. A command attack won't be enough even with that clockwork wind-up auto attack. And Pun
in that game, and certainly has had some in this game. So Dragon will be collected for their side with their margin of gold lead, but we'll see about the payment on the other side because MKOI want to dive.
Yeah, they're going to go underneath the tower here.
Tower Dragon exchanged for it for Team Secret Whales. Pun flashing away there. Elioya, yeah, you know, you pop the subjugate, you get a couple of plates. MKOI will be happy enough with that. They
OPLoLReplay on the other side that you can look to focus down because you've got that added pressure from the Galio that can come over the top. This is where this game, sure, you've got great scaling.
But Eddie's just going in, pops the ultimate, and Super's just dead! Eddie on a killing spree! So walks across from the side, Herald down to about 5,000. Taki gets a knock-up on both. Alvaro jumped on Super trying to get away, but he's dead where he stands. Alvaro in that redemption. Herald still the target. Elioya will smite it and secure it. Now needs to get out of the back of the pit. Does have the flash, but he's knocked up. Will flash into the tri-bush. Histo still on the chase with Eddie diving in. It's another, but Eddie as MKOI are rattled.
Histo and Eddie are just the Bash brothers in this game, destroying MKOI. I mean, yeah, they lost the Rift Herald, but they're going to chase down even more kills.
And dive in, Histo with the flag and drag. Alvaro able to stand beside his teammate. Taki goes in with the knock-up, Unbreakable down as well. They still have the shockwave, but Eddie finds another. Jojo dies where he stands, gets 1 in response, but Team Secret Whales are ruling the Rift.
Taki with the honorable death there sets up Team Secret Whales for more kills for the tower and start
for these extra kills and snowball the lead. They're even going to get some outer towers in trade. Dragon, the rest of MKOI can go make the cross cross-map play, and especially as Trundle's coming over, they will shred through him.
Yeah, they do need Super up here, and he's on the way, so I think maybe this could be it for Pun. TP though.
Shockwave to save the way from the decimating smash. TP coming out, Pun flashing underneath the tower, and will be bolstered by the defenses of Dire.
Nice, crop mat defense here from Team Secret Whales. They're still going to get the dragon, but invest the teleport here to keep the tower alive for now.
Dire going back in here with the taunt. The chase continues for Alvaro and Jojo Pyun, but they won't be able to find too much. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Super is surrounded by Taki and Eddie. We're looking for Elioya on this blue buff. Taki with a headbutt pulverize once again. Eddie puts the damage down. Won't have enough to work his way through his Trundle quite yet. The Super looks for a bit of a collapse. With Histo moving across, it will be dangerous for MKOI to take this fight.
Yeah, you don't even have to get a kill. It's just about pushing MKOI back right now. You push in top side. You have the potential here to shift over towards mid lane if you want to. Histo stole the Raptor camp and now the blue camp on the top side. Team Secret Whales are dictating everything on this map right now.
And their timers are going to be pretty straightforward.
Side, like a big ultimate from Mirren followed by Jojo Pyun to hopefully pick off Eddie, but Team Secret Whales aren't giving them a chance again. They're invading on this top side, just keeping MKOI back underneath their own towers and allowing them this swift movement through this topside jungle. I'd love to see Team Secret Whales try and shift that pressure in towards a mid lane tower take or trying to zone MKOI away from it, but it is difficult at the moment with that Cloud Soul being able to allow MKOI to shift just as quickly back and forth.
Taki caught out as the rest of his team backs. He's going to pop that Unbreakable Wing, goes in with a headbutt pulverize. Eddie trying to come in from the side as well. Super needs that redemption. Cataclysm flashed away from as the hero's entrance comes down. Mirwin flashing away from his own TP. Pun now on the front line, jumps straight into Alvaro, who's trying to protect his Ambessa. The concussive blows, the Shockwave finds 3. Jojo trying to turn Team Secret Whales into poutine, but he can't quite do it. Pun falls, 2 for Jojo now as Super walks underneath his tower and does manage to get away. Meanwhile on the top side, Arakan, MKOI's next prize.
MKOI finally found the fight that they needed. The fact that Alvaro ends up jumping over the wall back into the Ambessa and Histo swaps places means that they're able to find the fight they need, at least get something back for themselves.
Really making that big threat.
Especially if you can lane into Pun on this Scion. He's got basically no magic use. Just the Aegis sitting there, no Merc Treads as Mirwin's engaged on. Redemption coming out. Mirwin looking for the fight here onto Histo. Taki going in with a headbutt pulverize, and there's the TP follow-up. Mirwin was isolated from the rest of his team. Team Secret Whales turn their attentions towards the top side. Exhaust down onto Dire. Ball put in the middle of them, but no Shockwave cord as of yet. Another Winter's Bite coming out from Alvaro just for the slow. MKOI want to fight this, but Taki's in prime position for this flank. Jojo will be able to spot him out with Elioya. Taki goes in, but the rest of his team not on the same page. And Alistair ticking down the missile just short of catching his backside. Pun now the target, stunned up with those concussive blows. Shockwave finds Eddie. Hero's entrance coming down for the magic damage shield as the chase continues. Jojo's going to kill off Pun, but he's going to use the zombie form to keep everyone else away from Elioya. Elioya falls. It's a great fight for Team Secret Whales.
Team Secret Whales are using the terrain so well in this fight, kiting back into that tri-brush so they can set up their front line. And Histo, maybe once more, he knows Super's low, won't quite be able to find it. Start of these engagements, how dangerous that Team Secret Whales bounce house is. As soon as you get caught by one, it's knock up after knock.
TSW now 1 Drake away from Soul as they take another Cloud. MKOI starting up the Artican. TP's coming out from Team Secret Whales, as you say, going down quite quickly, but Histo is here. Alvaro gets the Winter's Bite. 5,000 now on the Artican. Pun with the Decimating Smash just to force MKOI up towards this top side. Redemption coming out. Mirwin looking for a flank of his own. Eddie has his flash though, so it's going to be very difficult to get onto him. Unstoppable Onslaught used. Alvaro with the Glacial Fissure. There's the Artican secured by Histo. Pun still on that front line, and MKOI all grouped up for the Cataclysm. And here comes your hero! Dire dives in, lands the taunt, and MKOI are shredded. Mirwin on the back line, but Team Secret Whales wrap around him like piranhas to get a couple more as the fight continues. Team Secret Whales able to back away with the Artican. It ends up being a 1-for-1 exchange, just the supports going down.
They need to keep the ball rolling in their favor. Not saying that they don't scale incredibly well, just MKOI have that burst potential, as you can see.
The damage onto Eddie, he turns it back onto Super, who Valkyries in. Elioya trading with Histo towards the top side, but it's a Randuin's Trinity Force Trundle, and that's not going to do too much work. Just trying to keep Histo at bay. 40 seconds before that Cloud Drake. Team Secret Whales just using their pressure to push in this mid wave. Obviously they want the tower and they should be able to get it with super low. TSW push in and will crack through that mid tier 1.
Be available on the unsealed spellbook.
You can see MKOI taking their time to try and deny as much vision here as possible. Histo steps in, goes in with the Cataclysm, unstoppable onslaught, blocked by the walls. Jojo, though, caught out as Alvaro tries to protect his mid laner. Hero's entrance in by Dire, who TP behind them. The shockwave not connecting as Team Secret Wales already found one in the fight. Histo looking for a little bit more. There's the second. Eddie's going to get a double. There's Soul for them, and probably Baron alongside it.
They win the critical fight here. TSW, they walk in, and they take everything from MKOI.
Elioya chased out. They want to take him out just so that he can't contest this Baron. The Soul will be Team Secret Wales. 30 minutes in, 4.5k ahead. A Cloud Soul.
It just does not work.
Histo flashing the white flag here as they're going to claim the Baron. We said these were the moments they're going to have to nail, and they nailed it. Histo himself, he targeted Supa and pushed Supa.
And it's funny to see because it was MKOI who wanted to face off against CFO, but they can't even get through the first part of LCP to get to the raid boss on the other side as Team Secret Wales stepping forward now. They want to go for this bot lane turret and then deny access from MKOI to that structure.
They'll be able to do it. Team Secret Wales dotting the I's, crossing the T's. As Histo dives in a little deep here, concussive blows comes out, but a good McHale's from Taki will cleanse away that stun. Still the Guardian Angel on Histo's shoulders.
The Baron buff, this allows them to just destroy these towers without a lot of effort.
Pillar goes down, it's like he's down to half HP. Histo going in as well. The tower is going to fall. Unstoppable onslaught will find the knockup onto Elioya. Chase comes in with the hero's entrance. Jojo pinned the target. He manages to flash out. Taki going back in for the re-engage. Eddie goes legendary as Team Secret Wales just slowly roll their way through the MKOI base.
There's just nothing MKOI can do. Team Secret Wales, the beefcakes are out in full force, and it's Supa who's already at half HP.
Yeah, Eddie is just untouched on this backline. Histo still has the Guardian Angel. He's going to dive forward once again. Hun goes down underneath the towers, but he's actually still alive somehow as Dire dives back in with the Justice Punch. Supa forced away towards the top side. Eddie still standing. Elioya and Supa trying to defend against Team Secret Wales here. And they might be able to do it with the Baron falling off. Reset's going to come out from Dire. He does have his teleport. Eddie's flash about to come off. Cooldown has the barrier as well. Supa pots a barrier of his own. The pillar goes down. Eddie out of tower range just in time as Dire now TP's back in. Alvaro's going to come back from the fountain. Supa trying to heal up before his Nexus towers go down. The Unbreakable used to block the shots. Justice Punch in with the taunt. Supa coming in with the Gatling gun, but he can't get onto that backline. Eddie is low. MKOI know it. They have to kill this AD carry, but they just can't get through.
Team Secret Wales don't die!
Secret Wales. It's beautiful from TSW. Elioya, the last man standing, but Eddie kites him like an absolute madman. TSW 1-0 up. See, and there's the tank, there's the Ornn, gives you a bit of long-range engage as well. Follow-up for the Rakan if he goes in, or even initiation with that call of the Forge God.
Our Ornn are a tank. Don't want to get too low here, and every little bit of extra harassment. We are going to see the Rakan move from Alvaro, of course, towards mid lane.
Jumps onto Dire, who flashes away immediately. Gleaming Quill for a little bit of healing there onto Jojo. Doesn't
Nico
quite connect. Histo coming in. Mirwin beginning to back off. Has popped a potion. As that Doran shield as well. While in the mid lane, the catch. It's Kiana with Burst Blood. Elioya will get it. The dive on the bot side. It's enough. Great tanking from Taki with the cannon. Good spot there. Histo not going to go for the Razor. Instead going towards that mid lane. Jojo doesn't have the flash. Dire doesn't have one either. Histo looking for the Q3 knock-up here. We'll be able to get it. Chase continues with that Rune Prison. An overload and auto needed. Histo takes it. Red buff. The buff that secures it. Using the Bellows Breath there, which is your ability to avoid the Ruthless Predator stun right in the face of the guy that wants to jump in as Jojo is the target. Petrifying Gaze will get the stun onto Dire, and Taki doesn't really have the damage to follow up. So in the end, Jojo just uses his ultimate. Is able
Elioya having that supreme display of talent, though, could be massive at some of these objective fights, and that's realistically what you're trying to wait on for this jungler, so then you can actually be a focus in these fights. Jojo still trying to get trade against Dire, but Team Secret Wales push on top, happily taking these Void Grubs with a little contest coming through here.
This is so big for TSW. If you get all three, I mean, the split push with the Rise later on is going to be a very potent tool.
And the Caitlyn right now.
And the Renekton right now.
Yeah,
Taki for a flank here. No vision for MKOI in their red side jungle. There's a ward in that tri-bush, but Elioya, he's flanked. Histo stepping forward. They don't know. Taki's here. Pop Blossom. The Blast Cone available. Supreme Display of Talent will get the double stun, and the Blast Cone out by Elioya gets him to safety.
But it keeps everyone topside for Team Secret Wales, and this Ornn going to add a lot of help in that later portion of the game as well, but still they're getting so much gold.
Call of the Forge got used by Mirwin just to clear out the wave here. Doesn't kill off all the minions though, there's a couple of casters still there. Histo diving in onto Mirwin, who does have the flash. Ace in the hole is going to connect onto him, and Histo looks for the chase. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Pun surviving. There's no dive materializes for MKOI. A kill and what will be a tower for Team Secret Wales on the top side.
Patience from Histo on the knock-up was crucial there. Waited for the Bellows Breath to come in when Mirren trying to time it, and ends up catching him the second that Flame Breath is gone. And now Eddie, we talked about it, this pushing Caitlyn with those 3 Void Grubs getting worked up.
Now we're going to have a possible rotation over towards mid lane, but the long extended lane on top side too should be Pun favored. He's got his Black Cleaver done, so Renekton can continue to get the early push.
Pun with a 2-level lead over Mirwin, pops the Dominus and looks for the chase. Slice and dice forward, Mirwin having to use the flash to get away. Do it, Pun! Carl the weak! Pun finds it, now he's going to get collapsed on by the rest of MKOI with a TP coming in, but they have to invest so much to kill off this Croc.
It's about sending that message, you know. He has domination in the side lane, gets the kill on Merwin. Try and trap you after you go for your kill. There will be further payment across the map, and this is solo tower gold to a rise.
And now it's in. Next Drake a minute away. Let's see if Team Secret Wales want to go for that. I expect this herald to be used around the mid.
Stacking the dragons for this game. They want to play side lanes here and then index heavily into gold. MKOI, as you say, are going to be able to pick
Everyone
up...
in MKOI, they're trying to look for the cross map, knowing that their mid lane tower is about to go down, but this only opens up the potential shift onto mid turret into top turret.
I think that is indicative of the most impressive thing I've noticed with Team Secret Wales over the last couple of days. Their willingness to step back on a side lane. Dire now beginning to step back up as he tries to clear out the way. Velioya waited, Miasma down, Petrifying Gaze coming out as well. There's a Supreme Decisive talent, and that's a cast to curse if I've ever heard one. TP comes out from Pun, but his mid lane is already dead. Alvaro trying to get away, cleanses out, and the wind becomes lightning slow. Yeah,
good attack on the side lane there from MKOI, trying to take down one of the pushing prongs.
Petals to 9 here, with the outgun being started by Dire, but I don't really think he's looking for it. We saw this similarly in game 1 as Taki's caught out a little bit.
Well, I do kind of
walk away. True Shot Barrage comes out. Taki's almost down. Ooh, the Mystic Shot blocked. He goes just wide. Call of the Forge God. Taki flashes. Crescent Guard used by Histo as well. He has a blast going to get out, and he will utilize that escape tool.
Ooh, what can MKOI do? Applying pressure on the opposite side of the map from the Otacon. So keep the split push up. He's got his teleport. They can threaten trap plays.
So jumps onto Alvaro. Elioya on that front line. TP coming behind from the rise here. Crescent Guard, super display talent coming out as well as Histo dives onto Alvaro. Pop Blossom not finding anyone. A 3-man Petrifying Gaze as Jojo begins to turn on the Twin Fangs. Dire on the flank. MKOI 5v4 in their favor as Dire begins to walk away with that phase rush. Super having to flash out. Call of the Forge Rod coming out as well. Ace in the hole, not blocked. Super down. The sniper finds his man as Eddie gets 1. But Team Secret Wales have lost 2 in the fight. 3 so far, in fact, as we see Pun falling. Elioya, Alvaro, and Jojo on the chase. Dire all on his lonesome, caught out by MKOI. They'll find a 4-for-1 somehow.
And now they will get the Otacon. MKOI fight their way out of it. TSW, they called their play. They teleport the Rise in, but MKOI fight it out through the river, and they're going to get
huge flash. Petrifying Gaze, which prevents Team Secret Wales from doing anything. Eddie's now too low to really follow up, and even though it's Dire and Pun on the flanks, sure, they end up picking off Supa thanks to long range hit.
Now those are empowered pedals.
The one thing though is that at least Team Secret Wales, as we were watching the replay, did get the dragon. So at least preventing
in the game now, looking forward, since we're past 25 minutes, their team fight is insane. Their ability to pick you off.
Elioya jumping in with the audacity. Dire's going to try and get out with the Realm Whip here, but the quickness and the miasma for the grounded effect. MKOI find their man in the side lane with a TP coming in. The wave not quite in the position for MKOI to go for an immediate dive. Team Secret Wales looking to bolster the defenses down towards this bottom side, but MKOI don't have to go for anything more. Oracle's out a Pun, slices away from the grand entrance.
More about pushing Pun away from that bot side tower so they can pick up that gold, but MKOI end up getting the kill and a summoner spell from Pun as well. That is perfect now. Taki and Eddie.
Force God onto Eddie. Super looking for the essence block. The knock-up coming in as well as Super and Mirwin team up to take down the Kate.
It was looking dire for MKOI.
Keep up with this side lane pressure or anything for them.
Pun gonna step forward here. Mirwin waiting for him. Gets the knock at Miasma down as well. No slice, no dice. Ooh. And there's the Petrifying Gaze. Pun stares into the eyes of Jojo, who takes down his name in his book.
Pick after pick after pick. MKOI feels like the game is theirs for the taking now.
And you have the Baron just sitting there waiting. They're going to try and start it up. Dyer will need to TP in to try and stop this, but Jojo, he shreds this thing.
Absolutely melts it. Elioya and Alvaro there too. Super trying to see if anyone comes in. Looks like Team Secret Wales have given up the Ghost on the Baron. Instead, they'll try and take a tier 2 on the bot side, and they should be able to secure it with Eddie coming across to help out Dyer.
I like this response from Supa. It doesn't actually go towards the Baron. Instead, he goes towards the top turret, answering tit for tat plus the Baron now in favor of MKOI. And this is exactly what they need to just keep this ball rolling 50 seconds until that potential third dragon for MKOI.
Redemption used by Alvaro as well to try and keep people around. You can see MKOI just looking for the knockups. Oh, Realm Warp avoids the call of the Forge Corp, but MKOI still have 3 players in that mid lane. We'll take another tier 2 off this push.
And what far do they want to chase, though? You can see Alvaro is still looking to interrupt these resets, and Jojo and Elioya could also try and collapse onto the bottom side.
Eddie's still here. He's still trying to get onto Super. Doesn't really have the defenses. Jojo stepping forward with that miasma once again. The Crescent Guard down TP coming out as Mirwin looks to help out his team. Supreme Decided Talent not going to get any stuns. Team Secret Wales on the back foot. The Mystic Shot's not enough to take down Pun, but now with the tower pushing in, with the minions pushing into the tower, in fact, that will be an inhibitor tower in the mid lane. Eddie trying to flank, not something you often see a Caitlyn do. Looking for the hunt, Elioya chases him and Eddie gets him! The shutdown, Elioya tried to make a fancy play with his flash. Now a TP behind by Team Secret Wales.
It's going absolutely disastrously for MKOI. Team Secret Wales, they're turning into sharks as they're seeking and hunting for MKOI. But the mistakes were there, and now Super
washes in the Mystic Shot wide as Ezzy dances away from it. In the end, Team Secret Wales will just settle for the Drake.
Oh man, Eddie is the TSW hope. This guy is sitting MKOI down and keeping TSW in the game. That brush now, we're seeing them push top again. We've got Renekton with teleport ready, and Pun is trying to split push.
Quickness, supreme display of talent, and the true shot barrage is a 2-shot barrage. As MKOI find a couple of kills, they're going to chase onto Eddie as well, who's able to avoid edge of the knock-up there from MKOI. Realm Warp out by Dyer. Looking to try and get someone to that backline. Pun needs to get back quickly because MKOI are knocking on the Nexus to even out this series.
Yeah, is that going to be it? With the Baron buff, MKOI can push in.
There's so little left here for Team Secret Wales. MKOI see their moment to push us to game number 3.
Pun, Dyer, and Eddie. Dire Straits for them in this game. Can they defend? Pun goes in, dodges away with the slice and the dice. Pun chipped away out, and MKOI are going to back away. You can see MKOI actually delaying this. Mirwin waiting to get those last hits on the opposing minions, so the bot wave and the mid waves line up with it properly. Pun trying to defend, but he backs away. The inhibitor tower will go down. MKOI doing this by the numbers. 3 inhibitor towers, 3 inhibitors, and now a last chance to
blow it over.
Baron begun by MKOI, and as soon as you see Dyer stopping his recall on the bot side, you know Team Secret Wales are not going to challenge.
Baron power play includes a Nexus destruction for MKOI.
Oh, I'm surprised you put the 4 MKOI in there.
Yeah, I was like,
it could do. You never know as MKOI push in with these super minions. Team Secret Wales trying to defend. Flash, Petrifying Gaze into the Quickness Crescent Guard with a good knockback out. The Pop Blossom coming out as well, but Histo's already down. And MKOI all still incredibly healthy. Elioya diving in for a triple to his name. Pun on the fountain will find one. A quadra. In fact, Super gets the last, but MKOI will even out the series 1-1.
Yeah, that's what we were mentioning, because the ult buff on the patch as well. We're maybe seeing, thinking of seeing a little bit more of it, but as we get into the Fearless matches.
Mirwin does have to be careful with how aggressive he trades here, because there is a jungler on the top side of the map, and that wave will crash, and I think this is the signal for Histo to go, but maybe
going in, look for the 1v1, and Topos goes in with the Pathmaker and just claps him! Smacks him between his and Topos. Histo will get one in response. In the end, Team Secret Wales will be happy with the extra assist goal. Six has his flash, as does Hero, both of them holding on to it from that first fight. Histo looking for the flank position. Shock Blast gonna hit onto this Cassante. Histo going in. Mirwin forces him away. Vault Breaker out with the plate over to Hero as MKOI secure the Drake.
It's a nice play from Histo, even if he doesn't get the kill, as you say, just putting that pressure down, keeping Hero safe, and trying to abuse the matchup in its entirety, even getting this Scuttlecraft on that top side, but bot lane.
The dive in with the Zenith Blade. Blade Caller coming out from Super to get the route onto Eddie. Heal was used by Taki in exchange for the cleanse from Super. Taki still looking for a little bit more here as he goes forward with the Oracles, just forcing Super and Alvaro away. Meanwhile, on the top side, Daya looking for the dive. Another Zenith Blade onto Alvaro, but Elioyo's on his way. Doesn't have the 6 yet. Alvaro flashing away. Cleanse flash out by Taki with a dive in with the Eviscerate. Meanwhile, on the top side, Histo and Daya look for more. Taki low gets away. No! Elioyo gets him in the end. Super just surviving. Mirwin down to 300 HP as the dive materializes for Team Secret Wales. Mirwin looking for that all out. Pops the Pathmaker into the Vault Breaker. Hero flashes in. Will tank 2 tower shots though. And he's slain by the tower. Mirwin unable to proc.
And then as a result, they end up giving that kill across. So it could have been a bigger win for Team Secret Wales if the bot lane had just kind of played it passively.
Yeah, Super barely living too there on the edge.
Mirwin going all out. Hero doesn't have flash, and Mirwin's just going to chase him down with the Intopos. Gets it after the Q3. Zenith Blade from Taki missing towards that top side. Mirwin very happy in this 1v1.
Yeah, Merwin says, welcome to the series, Hero.
Elioyo will start up this Cloud Drake. They have push in bot. And the wave in mid has already been cleared out, so it should be an easy enough dragon here for MKOI. Will be their second of the game.
It's Mirwin who needs to be careful though. This entire series, Team Secret Wales has been so good with the cross maps, but Mirwin backing right the way off, making sure he's not going to be under any threat on that top side. And it will be MKOI able to pick up the objective with no real answer.
This is Alvaro putting a bit of vision towards the top side. We'll spot Histo jumping across the wall here. Alvaro could look for an engage into Shadowing Strike, and he'll use it. Flash Shadowing Strike into the charm. Cease and desist used perfectly to buffer out of that charm. Ball Breaker out as well. Perfectly played by Histo, but there still might be too many MKOI members surrounding him and getting the kill. TP in by Taki, no mana at the moment on Jojo. Accelerating shot blast coming out from Hero as they go in with a Hound's Pursuit. And now this Jace is in the middle of MKOI. Alvaro using that Magnustorm into a great crash down, but Dire's here to bolster the defenses. Super coming across from the side. Alvaro falling low, will be taken out by a Weirding. Hero able to escape. Taki going back in with the Zenith Blade. Super flashing forward with the Blade Caller, but now the rest of his team are nowhere to be found. Team Secret Wales find 2.
Eddie arrives and he collects the extra money that Kraken Slayer was just done
but
on the...
This Kaisa has ran the entire way from bot lane, whereas you've got the Cassante who's still in base. So more members of Team Secret Wales can jump in the mid lane.
Jojo caught out, doesn't have the flash, no Spirit Rush for him either, and Eddie gets his second. Alvaro a little bit off to the side here, we'll be able to crash down away from it, but now Eddie, 900 gold ahead of his opposite man.
Eddie, I swear.
Whereas Alvaro does not have that tool in his arsenal. So MKOI much more likely to play down towards this bottom side, give up the top side pressure, and you can see Elioyo coming across. There's the TP in, Redemption already onto Hero, Hound's Pursuit coming down as well as Mirwin looks for the Q3, but Hero's topped up by that Redemption, still taken out by Jojo, who came in with that teleport. Daya here to try and defend the tower and will manage to do so. Daya jumping forward, will just back away.
There's so many members of MKOI here though, they're still trying to fish. Dyer needs to be a little bit careful. Jojo's starting to step forward, but it looks like they will just back away. Objective, look to get gold in their favor and see if they can find picks rather than going toe-to-toe in the team fights.
Smart play from Hero just to back away from that tower. Knew that Alvaro was in the area, could kind of expect that Elioyo was in the area. Team Secret Wales should be able to take the first tower. No wave here for MKOI, means that TSW will get that first turret on the board.
Okay, it's gonna come down to the last objective then.
Yep. Next Drake, 20 seconds away. And at the moment, MKOI not in the position to really fight around it. You can see MKOI trying to deny as many of these minions as possible by letting the towers hit them before they are felled by Jojo.
MKOI happy to just call it and say we won't take this fight. Instead, we'll look to push in, put some pressure onto this topside jungle, some pressure onto the tier 2. And if Team Secret Wales over-index into protecting the tier 2, we can always fall back and try and take this mid-turn instead.
Yeah, and they're kind of fishing around the jungle as well. Taki here, pretty tanky on Leona, trying to deny like big cross map play. MKOI in the end get a couple of jungle camps and
Shadowing Strike immediately, they dive onto Taki and the Eclipse is not enough to save him! The Redemption not down in time, he does land the Solar Flare, Spirit Rush, dive in with a killing streak from Eddie as well, but Elioyo's on the chase, trying to take down that Kaisa, and the Darking Daggers will be enough! The Hounds of Hell from Elioyo for the double! MKOI collapse!
Alvaro consistently interrupted the follow-up from Team Secret Wales as the pick on Taki that might have just blown this game open in favor of MKOI.
huge error from TSW. Why did they dive in on that after Taki got caught by ultimate and Kaisa ultimate? Further increase this gold lead on JoJo's Ahri and really put the threat of further picks onto TSW, get right back on track for that dragon stacking, only 2.5 minutes away from the arrival of the mountain.
There's an escape tool as well. Riftel will be able to get that charge in. Mirwin here to defend, but he can't do anything about Riftel actually managing to take down that tower. Team Secret Wales, they use it, they get gold out of it. Obviously would have liked the mid lane tower a little bit more, but you got to take what you can get when you are 3k gold behind.
They were also pinging the wards that they knew were in their own jungle, having seen Jojo Pyun just reset, so I think a little bit wary of a potential TP flank from the Ahri, and happy enough to just get some of that gold and not, as you say, overextend and maybe throw that game.
No, W is up. All right, let's not go for Neferi. That one's hard. Do we go for Ahri? Well, she has a spell shield and ultimate ready. Okay, should we go for Xayah? Well, Xayah has cleanse splash and ult, so.
Oh, you're saying Cassante.
Yeah! This, like, what target do you dive with this dive comp? I think MKOI just have set themselves up with all of the answers here to TSW, and so good job getting their Dragon Soul point there. TSW are forced into this kind of like desperate, I feel like, Otacon pull.
Yeah, that's what they're going to go for, and MKOI actually pushing Daya out of his blue side jungle. The Otacon already down to 8,000 HP as MKOI look to see if the fight is viable. Mirwin on the flank, Redemption coming down. Alvaro with a 3-man Magnet Storm, and it's Super that takes the Otacon. Pop goes the Vi, and the rest of his team follows suit. MKOI looking for vengeance against the LCP as they take down 4. Daya unallowed to escape. It's an ace for MKOI.
Movistar Core!
Redemption bolstering up those numbers. the aggro Redemption. Jojo with the charm onto Daya. Should be able to jump out of this. Will go across the veil, try to get back towards his tower, but the tower isn't even safe as Jojo just dives in and Daya dies.
Yeah, that's about all you need to say for that one. Right in his face, just destroys him under tower. And TSW, they were already up against the wall. They were already desperate with the last play. Now even more so, trying to just go out fighting.
As 2.5 minutes until that's all they need is.
Flash forward into the cease and desist, and they find Super! A perfect play by Team Secret Wales in the mid lane. Go down fighting, you say. They're not sure about the go down part yet, Kobe. Boy, looking to collapse. Daya still in base, doesn't have TP. He's running as fast as his legs can carry him to join his team. Currently a 4v4 as Alvaro looks for the flank position. Elioya going in with the Darking Daggers. Daya trying to flank from the bottom side of the fight. Alvaro's here though. Crash down, Magnusol finds 2, hand pursuit in. Elioya's already killed off the enemy jungler, and Eddie is next on the menu. These hounds are hungry, and the pursuit goes on to Taki. A triple for Elioya.
The captain of MKOI picks up
Forced
the
to
triple.
flee.
MKOI now 8,000 gold ahead. They will secure the Baron. They have 2 waves pushing in. But Team Secret Wales, the shot is another catch. It's another pick onto Super. It's another great engage from Hitsto.
And that's what people love about this team. They never just sit back and had to react to that. Was great. Then, of course, you're still in a tough situation.
As Jojo maybe called out a little bit. TP is coming in from Team Secret Wales. Histo still looking for that cease and desist. Vault breaker forward. The charm will stop in. TP behind as well by Mirwin. Jojo Pyun's going to be the first target. SolarFlare's going to follow up. Mirwin looking for that flank TP. Jojo will fall first. The shutdown goes over to Taki, but Elioya's on that backline once again. It's Histo and Taki trying to survive through Elioya. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Daya just gets assassinated by Super and Mirwin. Taki trying to get away from Elioya, but he continues to chase forward with that call of the pack, and Taki's done for. Hero, full HP, wasn't really in this battle at all. MKOI will take 3, only losing their mid laner.
Team Secret Wales will find the Ahri, but Jose Pyun has already done his job for MKOI. He has been fantastic all series long, and he bought enough time for MKOI to jump down to that bottom side, get the kills, and now it's Mountain Soul for an already beefy MKOI.
Another fight, another bunch of gold for MKOI, and they're going to lay destruction to the towers afterwards.
Here we're diving in with the all-out onto Hero, who's just deleted by the feathers. Super at that 3-item point on this Xayah. Histo trying to steal away everything he can, trying to get any gold in his back pockets, but currently 12,000 gold advantage for MKOI as they push through the bot side.
They're going to continue to keep up this pressure. The split push is incredibly strong right now with this Baron buff, and Team Secret Wales are spread thin. I honestly don't know how they get through Mirwin at this stage.
Histo going to jump onto Elioy, who does tank a couple of tower shots. He dives back in with that Eviscerate, but with the minions pushing in, Mirwin pushing through the bot side, Jojo about to join the rest of his team, and with Baron buff remaining for the next 50 seconds, this Red Bull Baron power play may include a 50 gold Nexus.
MKOI about to lay final siege to the Nexus turrets, and here comes the team.
Histo looking for that engage, the Magnus Storm from Alvaro diving in, Spirit Rush from Jojo just to escape. Histo down first. Taki the next target for MKOI. Super trading with Dyer, who just gets back to the fountain in time. Meanwhile, Eddie doing everything he can, but he just can't survive through the wallet dip. It's vengeance for MKOI. They take down the LCP, and they go to 2-2.
Sick a little, but he did not have the best Nico game, so
Agreed.
see if this one can be a bit better. Again, it is not going to be a very easy one. You've got Taliyah, Rox, and Braum.
Now here's the possible dive. Will materialize. Kanavi comes across, Ruler forced away. Can just be to deny some of these minions as well. Winter's Bite onto Jacula. Dura the target. Kanavi going to be looking to try and get the damage down onto Duro. Hung with a great tower aggro juggle on the cannon. And Kanavi and Jacula are able to pick up that first blood. Ruler forced away at half HP. Canyon here to try and defend, but it's a plate, it's a kill.
What you're turning into, and so it even works for like runes that only activate on champions and
Spells
stuff
as well.
Hung going in here, looking for Ruler, who dashes away with the relentless pursuit. Hung flashing forward, though. The barrier coming out. Valkyrie forward from Jackie Love. Cuts blows down onto him. And Jackie Love flashes just in time to survive. The Gatling gun coming out. Hung, a couple more auto attacks on him. And Light Slinger out Ardent Blaze. GenG turn it on its head on the bot side. Winner's Bite just wide.
And immediately undoes so much of the work Top Esports set up on that bottom side.
Canyon now looking for the dive up towards top side. Can be a little bit risky. Flash in from Keen, Bolt Breaker from Canyon. Not risky at all, it seems. Perfectly juggled by GenG.
dive answered. Top side pressure there is in and pushing bottom lane as well for TES. The saving grace for the bottom lane for TES there, of course. Jackie didn't die, and they already had the minion advantage from
the grubs have begun by Top Esports. TP coming in from Duro as well, as he looks to help out his teammates. Canyon and Keen going to walk across here first. Will be a 3v3 as Crean comes across. Kanavi able to pick up the first of the grubs. Cannon diving in, the cease and desist, but a great between worlds from Cream will get him out. Hung coming in with the strangled thorns as well. The dive ball to the void rush, Crescent Guard out. Keen survives through the tunnel. A great seismic shot finds two, and just as you think you got him, GenG get you right back 2-0, and all of it on that seismic shot from Chovy. Duro flashes. GenG somehow all come out alive.
Oh, the skirmish from GenG. What? They get out alive. Keen survives. And in the end, they will get both of these.
Defend underneath the tower. Canyon looking for that cease and desist. Hung. Looming burst gets a bit of damage. Pop Blossom. Canyon tries to escape, but he's locked up with the Tangle Bombs. Unbreakable from Duro, keeping his jungler alive, but Jackie Love will take down 166 back in as Jackie falls for it. Canyon goes down in the dive. It's a 2-for-1 to Top Esports. The collapse coming in from Kanavi as Ruler has flash and barrier to try and get away from this, and should be able to dash out with that relentless pursuit. Chovy looking for a gank up towards the top side, won't materialize for him, and in the end, Top Esports coming out on top in that dive.
Jackie Love, Valkyries forward, and I thought it was going to be a complete disaster with those concussive blow stacks there, but they're just about able to get the kill on.
And so he goes all in, ends up being 2-for-1 in favor of TES in a fight that was 3v1 in favor of GenG, and them being the ones to try and force it.
Making sure you can get the concussive blow stacks, get the slow, and then open up with that culling. And now Rift Herald immediately in towards the mid lane. GenG are taking no prisoners.
Yeah, honestly, this is a masterclass from GenG. Ruler and Duro, they push Jackie out so hard. Wait a second.
Flank. Jumps onto Duro, weirding back with a seismic shove. Between worlds goes Cream and dives onto Duro and flashes, and immediately he's locked up with the concussive blows that re-engage from GenG. Perfect as they dive in with the cease and desist. Jackie Love can't survive. The onslaught of Keen and Canyon. A seismic shove buries Top Esports. 369 looks for the flash. An unstoppable onslaught. Cowards, he cries as he runs away from the fight.
GenG are speed running TES right now. It is crazy. Ruler and Duro, they pushed out Jackie in the mid lane, and so then Hung using the flash to go for that play onto Ruler afterwards.
To do nothing. Ruler's just there to immediately get the follow-up, and all it does is bait in members like Kanavi, who end up falling down. You've got 369 who's TPing miles away and can't get involved. And GenG, I mean, says it all right there.
And it's a different fight if you still have the Pop Blossom. If you haven't had to use that to make sure Ruler doesn't kill off your AD carry, perhaps Top Esports can turn it. But now, 17 minutes in, GenG are 5K ahead. This is a demolition from the LCK #1 seeds. Top Esports left reeling. They're trying to find a way back into this game, but the windows are rapidly closing on them as Hong goes forward, Pop Blossom onto 3, and perhaps that's it! Hong with a beautiful Pop Blossom! Ruler trying to get away as Hong chases him down, but Ruler escapes with the culling. Cream forced down towards the bottom side of the fight, Kanavi diving in, Wind becomes lightning, but Ruler dodges to the side of it! The redemption not enough! In the end, Kanavi will find his man. But off an incredible Pop Blossom, it's still a 2 for 2!
And the Dragon is still going to GenG. They chase down Cream on the back of the fight, and while everyone at Top Esports is looking mid lane, it's GenG with their eyes on the prize.
Yeah, we're only 17 minutes into the game, and the objective bounty shutdowns are on the map in favor of TES.
Like Spear, you got the Sundered Sky, the Rylais, the Seraphs, and the Vori Flicker Blades. The start will, in fact, from GenG as Ruler makes his way up through the river.
GenG just know they're way stronger on these 2-item spikes, and Top Esports now have to try and retake, but this Hadouken is long gone, and GenG, again, just continue to add to this lead.
Look at Duro. He just stands, he's like, hey, you want to get anywhere near? You have to walk through me, and through me is also through a seismic shove as GenG look for the engage. Keen with a perfect bang. The Pop Blossom's only going to find the jungler. It's not enough. Crescent Guard from Kanavi won't keep him alive through the damage that is Ruler. The dash back from Cream. Oh, it's a shellacking. It's a demolition. I'm not even sure we're allowed to show this on your screens. GenG with a 5-0 ace at 22 minutes.
Yeah, I think we just witnessed the murder. Losing no one, face-tanking towers in the aftermath.
The fact that they're still able to tank towers just says how poorly that one has gone. GenG, like, they split up these fights so incredibly.
It was the weakest link of GenG, who was having a struggle of a time during the summer split. This game, and it is only one game, is really showing just how impactful he can be and how well GenG can play when he gets his lanes ahead, because that's exactly what he's done here. He'll secure the third Drake for them, as well as 369 tries to defend under this tower. The Science tanky, and he'll be able to survive through any damage GenG put into him right now, but he's not really able to keep the tower topped up for too long with another wave coming in.
And we are witnessing why so many people have GenG as such heavy favorites, you know, coming into this tournament. An absolutely star-studded lineup here, and we're even going to see them continue.
Pop Blossom only going to hit onto Duro. Not able to chase any further as Canyon jumps across the wall with a Vault Breaker. Duro, redemption coming down, unstoppable onslaught won't be enough damage. Duro survives! Duro survives again, you just can't kill him. As Kanavi's caught out by Keen, he's going to pop the Crescent Guard to try and survive, but is guarding nada. Jackie Love and Cream feel the full power of the culling. Chovy's flashing the damn wall, for goodness sake, as GenG once again ace Top Esports and will push down mid.
They're going to potentially end the game, and Baron hasn't even spawned yet. It's 30 seconds, and GenG, they're just eyeing up the Nexus.
Rated R for mature, this game was anything but kind from GenG. 21 kills to 5. Duro, he dies to a tower as Hung tries to do something to defend, but GenG, sub 25 minutes, dismantle Top Esports. Need also gives you a tank for later on. Let's see if GenG are able to close the game out as quickly as they were in game one here, with a dive with a little bit of extra fun.
Popped on the refillable to make sure that Chovy can survive this alongside the health from the door and shield, but Kanavi, he wants one more. Flash over the wall is available.
And he's going the other way. Comet Spear. Ooh, just short of Kanavi. Tickles his toes as Chovy jumping in there onto Green Canyon looking for it as well. And they get first blood! What was that, Chovy?
Chovy plays on the edge, and he wins!
How does he get away with this and be able to take over the game with the Kiana? But instead, in this game, that focus on mid ends up backfiring, and now it's Top Esports that are struggling to make things happen.
Keen has the call of the Forge God and a flash. Gonna call in the train to try and clear out the wave. Puts it down the Fisher as well as Hung flashes forward. Good Bellows breath, but the solar flare there for the follow-up. And there's the kill for Top Esports on the board.
They'll just go for the kill.
And especially when you still have things like the Yunar and the Azir, your scaling is fantastic. Unless Jackie Love loses half his health bar to Chovy immediately in a fight, that's less good.
Yeah, not the best there for Jackie Love, but he has the support of his jungler to make sure that he can just clear out the wave and then back away at the same time. Top Esports respect it, back away. 369 does have the push, and it's only a second Drake for GenG. Top Esports could decide not to try and take this Barney, not to try and take this Frey. Trying to control that mid lane at the moment. 369 now teleporting towards the river. The Drake down to 3,000 HP. Kanavi jumping forward onto Keen. The Drake's still the target for Canyon and Chovy. Call to the Forge Guard as they dive back in. The double knockup. Canyon's already killed off Hung as Kanavi falls down to half HP. Duo with a good quickness. They dive back onto Kanavi. Fate sealed. Kanavi clapped by Chovy. Meanwhile, the dive onto the backline from Ruler, a killer instinct, and an instinct to kill here for GenG. Cream trying to escape, pushing Soldier down to try and take out Ruler, but he just doesn't have the range. GenG once again find a mid-game fight, and absolutely
is getting to free hit on two key carries in the back line. And here is where it gets incredible from GenG. Canyon gives his life, but it opens the gap for Ruler to go forward and flashes on GenG to support the Rady carry to make sure he can escape with a sliver of found his moment to get on towards Jackie Love and enable the fight onto Cream, and now 369's in trouble.
369 has no flash here. Call to the Foreshot, not going to come back with the Fate Seal. Goes on to 369. Flame Spitter, not enough to kill off Keen. Kanavi coming in. Duro there for a little bit of shielding. Solar Flare, Chovy, MKO's immediately. Duro with a double charm. Keen trying to escape with the spear. Will pierce his heart as he goes down. And now Chovy being collapsed on. Chovy doesn't have the flash. No Fate Sealed for him either. Will be very difficult to buffer out of Cream if he goes in for that Emperor's Divide. The wave on its way, 369 trying to shepherd it in. Chovy, the target, exhaust down, Soul Unbound comes out, but Chovy under the tower survives for as long as he can, but Top Esports put him 6 feet under. Meanwhile, GenG pushed through the mid-wave to get a tier 1 to look for a tier 2. Rift out charging towards this top side will be an exchange of tier 2 towers.
Good punish from TES there. You know, Keen not able to make it happen at the beginning. TES immediately closed the trap here. That's what you have to be ready to do. Getting at least some opening and seeing that GenG are mortal.
369, look at the flank here onto Chovy. Cream going in first. 369 with the Flame Spitter. Fate Seal comes out. Chovy able to dodge away with the Q3. Quickness coming out. The Zenith Blade eaten by Juro. Chovy with another shield able to survive, and now the MKO's going to heal him up, and he's taken out by Kanavi. Meanwhile, Hung and 369 are now in the middle of GenG. Chovy survived for so long that GenG collapsed, and Top Esports collapsed around them.
Jackie Love couldn't get to the fight, but GenG en masse
Knock him back. He then ease over and dodges so much. He stays alive for a long time. Ruler, Duro again trying to keep him up, and by that time, Ruler and the rest
for GenG has been begun.
Sole point for GenG, Atacam for GenG, gold leads for GenG. It feels inevitable this series for GenG.
Duro is just waiting, just out of range of the Zenith Blade, dashes back as Chovy snaps back to the river. There's Soul Point. 5 minutes away as Kanavi dives in. The solar flare hits Ruler, but immediately he cleanses it away, and Kanavi doesn't really have the backup. Cannon down towards the bottom side. Kanavi going back in, but Keen will put him 6 feet under. Good damage from Jackie Love, though. Gets one in response. Keen still looking for damage onto Cream. Keen jumps in with that knockup. Chovy, the Fate Sealed, and Emperor divides him. Ruler gets another duo with the knockup. Ruler trying to escape 369, but he's put on a spit, and he's well done. 369 and Top Esports fighting back.
They get some extra gold and they open up the map as well. There are objective bounties still up too if they can stick around.
Duro and Chovy look for the quickness combo here. They turn on to 369 who's overheated. Duro almost escapes, but Cream puts the soldiers down. Chovy just able to survive. 100 HP on him. Jackie Love doesn't have the tools to close that gap. In the end, a 1-for-1.
Barely able to escape away from that one. Top Esports to see it in this engagement as they set up for it after the Dragon.
Okay, so we've got two sides here. Kanavi goes
knife edge. It is so close, and every time GenG just managing to escape with that little bit more. The last couple of fights, though, going in their favor. Only 2k gold the lead now for GenG with the Randuins, but with the waves pushing in bot and top lane, Top Esports kind of have to reset to deal with them at some point, and GenG have really good vision control around this Baron. Juro's going to step up, TP comes out, Knavi looking to see if they can catch the Rakan, but it's not the easiest to do, and you can see GenG already on the Baron right now. Knavi, you're just going to Grand Starfall in, you have no vision right now. Juro there to act as a bodyguard, and GenG back away from it. Farsight alteration was used in the pit. The vision once again denied by the control ward just sitting outside of it. Knavi dashes in onto Keen, not really the target that you want. Meanwhile, the Solar Flare dives in onto Juro, who gets the quickness off, but is only onto Leona. Hung already down, the corner of the Forge coming out as well as GenG get one and immediately back away.
It's everything onto Juro, but Juro is so slippery, he backs away. And now GenG continue to play back towards this Baron, teasing Top Esports.
Bait seal from Chovy doesn't connect, but Canyon does! Jackie Love is sent packing the Cataclysm onto Cream. He dives in but dies for it. 369 trying to flash away. Cannon can still flag and jag and trace this one down. Once again, try as you might, you just can't beat them. GenG are the best in the world right now.
They're just cool, calm, and collected there. GenG, you can tell, they're just waiting for the Yunar ultimate to drop off. As soon as it does, they pull the trigger, they re-engage onto
into reach of Canyon and Ruler to follow up. There was no hesitation. There was no chance for Top Esports. GenG refused to be denied playoffs.
369 dying right at the last moment. The Baron goes over to GenG. There's a Mountain Drake for them, and it will be Soul. And you wonder for Top Esports, if you do lose this Soul, how are you going to get through this Ornn? You do have two good DPSs. You've got an Azir, you've got a Yanaro, but that Azir sitting at 2 items right now as Knavi jumps in. Once again, Juro the target, but he's durable, and he'll just battle dance his way away. The Solar Flare doesn't find its mark. As now the Court of the Forge God comes out from Keen, and he's praying to Chovy that Church may be in session. Chovy unable to find the engage off towards the side, but again, Summon has used the equalizer down, doesn't really connect onto anyone, does separate Keen from the rest of GenG. Redemption coming out, Keen should be able to get into it, not quite. Jackie Love has transcended himself as Chovy dashes back, 1 kill. Cream goes forward as they look for Ruler, but Ruler with a killer instinct dives behind Cream. Jackie Love diving in and Chovy going the other way once again. GenG clean up the fight and Top Esports are left rattled.
Ruler has been hit with better Azir ults than that one. But this time around, he will not be stopped as GenG march towards the base.
GenG are gonna make quick work of Top Esports.
The first game was sub 25 minutes, the second one likely to be sub 30. I think a lot of people will wonder, could this series have just been an email? GenG take their rightful spot in the final 8.
Okay, they're looking pretty